coming to you tonight with our live session that I, for the fun of it, call Woden's Woken World. People tell me I look like him, and I do like alliteration. So, okay, just to set the record straight from the get-go. For those that seem to too often get confused and judge me by reading the title and never, a lot of people look at the titles of my videos and they make all kind of comments about, well, this, that, blah, 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 but they never watch the video because if they did, they wouldn't ever make the comments they make. Because I usually address a lot of the stuff that they say in all those comments in the course of the conversation of the video. Hello, everybody, how you doing? So the purpose of this video, if you've never joined one of these sessions, is to have a community with my subscribers. This is a chance for us to chat with each other. We are a family, and it's not just me here talking. I think the best thing is the chat that you guys have with each other in the chat room. So feel free and be encouraged to chat with each other. And we live in a world and a time where there's so much social distancing and the consequences of it that I decided to keep this going. I lose subscribers every time I do this session, but I keep it going because those of you who are my loyal core subscribers love this. That's what you tell me. So I think the ones that are unsubscribing are the ones who just signed up because they like the video and maybe they're not really, in our community that much. I don't know. Hey, Seth Red, how you doing? Not going to be here for a long. Oh, funeral tent. Sorry to hear that. Oh, 2 a.m. Wow. Yeah, you know what? I didn't go to bed till like after 5 a.m. this morning, and I had to get up like shortly thereafter. I actually went and got got a tube put in my left ear today, and I put up a video. I think I've already posted it on where I was at the medical complex because I saw oak leaf hydrangeas there. And I love oak leaf hydrangeas. We call them 7-bark. That's what all the old timers call them. And guys, there's a shortage of TP, of toilet paper. That's been the big thing with it seems to be coming back online now, but it could happen again if there would be other shortages. Guys, that's the perfect toilet paper. It's better than any you will get in the store. 7-bark or oak leaf hydrangeas. Get you some. Plant them, grow them. And the time is near. Says, yes, I'm here. If that don't rhyme, give me a dime. Did you do a show with Stacy? Yes. And I had hoped to post that show before this because we started it at 6:30 my time. But we talked for a bit before we started the program. I know there must be at least 2 hours of video there. It was just too much. It would still be uploading now. And it would mean it probably wouldn't get posted to like midnight tonight. And that may be great for like people in the Oppenheimer's Ranch program project followers and some of the followers that I got from that and from Rex's show, Leak Project. But most of my subscribers don't watch stuff that goes up that late. So that's a little too late. It would grossly underperform if I posted that video that late. But the problem is it's actually on topic for right now. So I will post it tomorrow. I've just got to decide I want to post it in the morning is to keep the topic timely, or do I want to post it a little bit later? It would probably do better if I post it. These are a good posting day. So Thursdays is probably the prime day. Thursdays and Fridays post things. And for me, Sunday night, according to most of the things that's shown on the internet for posting, so it's considered a bad time to post. But my videos I post Sunday night used to do quite well. So in case y'all don't know, if you haven't heard this, and I'm just now seeing it, to be honest, because I have been super busy today, the Hurricane Laura is now a Cat 4. I did a video about that storm yesterday. I saw you on Leak Project. Yeah, very good episodes this week. Thank you. I'm going to read all this stuff here in a minute. Hurricane Laura is a Cat 4. It is a monster storm. And it will be making landfall, I guess, in the morning sometime. I haven't read all the update here. I am looking at this on a news service that is real bad to play videos, and I hate that. I don't like the sound when I click on something coming automatically. So I should go to NOAA and check the latest there. Yeah. Laura is a monster. And so if you live anywhere near where it's suspected to make landfall, don't be there. You're going to get some horrendous storm surges. And when you got storm surges that are over 8 foot high, I mean, come on, a foot, that's your That's your first story. It's your home. That's where you live. How you going to breathe? You know, you don't want to be there. Trust me, you do not want to be there. Anywhere that's got a storm surge. Storm, it doesn't take but a foot or two of water really to sweep away a house. You got to think about that too. You do not, water is very powerful. It's like a bulldozer. It's like the ginormous blade. It will sweep things away. You do not want to be, you got to be prepared for that. I've got a daughter that lives in Houston, but she's like on the north side, actually in Spring, Texas. She's 100 foot above sea level. And they suffered a pretty good hurricane there a few years ago, and she made it through okay. But a lot of the area was suffering really, really bad, and a lot of people couldn't move around because streets are flooded. That's what's happening in China right now. A lot of people don't realize that all the flooding in China, even when it dries out, they've lost bridges and transportation. It's just going to be harder for them to do anything. So that is definitely a case in China. I know a lot of you are probably watching the convention tonight, and I might have been had I not been talking to Stacy so long. And of course, I've got this session, and you are my viewers, you are my family, and you get my priority. I'm going to try to go to NOAA real quick here. Let's see what I can find out. Give a second here. I'm going to look and see what it tells me about the landfall of this thing. I'm actually not typing it into a computer that's has this dialed in like the one behind me, but give me a second. Can't type with one hand with the dog. Never said I could in the first place. Okay, I'm about to put the Hurricane Center. Let's see what the latest says here. I'm going to do a cone here. Give me a moment. Because you got different cones. I don't want the interactive cone. I want the static cone. It gives you more information usually. Static cones. There it is. Okay. Static cone. Oh, come on. Looks like 7 p.m. winds. It's right offshore. Come on. How come it's not showing me the lines here? Alright, guys, I'm going to turn this phone around and show you what's on the screen here. That's right now. That's a few hours from now. Let's see if I can find out what time it's going to hit. Finally made a stream. Hey, Buggy Bo, how you doing? I'm going to read everybody's do that. I won't do that to y'all. I was hoping it would just jump out at me. Apparently, they're not giving me that. That's crazy. They used to. Sometimes the stuff they post out these days just isn't as good as what it used to be. By the way, I've got a video converting right now. That's the video that I've done with Stacy. It's still converting, and then it has to be uploaded, and it takes so much time. The video wouldn't be going into midnight. It'd just be too late to do it in service. So, all right. So there's the deal. We have a major hurricane. Stacy and I were chatting about things going on in Wisconsin. Oh yeah, a lot of details about that. It's not, there is things going on that doesn't make the news media. Does that surprise you? Wow. So she's got an inside track on some of the things that's actually happening there. And we talk about things in general that's going on in the world and there, about these movements, about the consternations that are spreading around the country, if you know what I mean. And of course, when I post this video, I can't be so cryptic. I hope I still have a channel after this. Gee, I do too much work to blow it, right? So let's see. Let me go back to the very beginning of the comments, and let me see what I'm missing here. So for those that are just joining this, Greg, what are you doing? Hey, I'm a guy who likes to read the comments that come in here. I know a lot of, I try to, as much as I can, read them all. Sometimes that's hard to do. And so we got Debbie Sivadas, excuse me if I don't say your name right. So hi, Greg. Well, thank you. Hi. Of course, the time is near. Asked if I did the show with Stacy. Yeah, I still upload. Country Homestead Preacher. How you doing, sir? Thank you for being here. John Powell is, I need worms. Well, it may be after the post office can reliably deliver before I start sending them out again. They got a bunch, not only are they shipping a lot of packages, they have a lot of ballots going through there soon. And, I do want it to be kind of cool so I can have more faith that you're getting what I send you. I don't like shipping stuff knowing it's going to die because you're going to put it off and it's going to sit in there for 2 weeks. Greetings from Wyoming, chapter of Green Creek Survival Tribe. Hello, Lewis. How are you doing? Wyoming is a great, beautiful state. Let's see here. And Bobby Oliver who says, hi, I'm Wyoming also. Well, you might want to start chatting in here. And, of course, you can always send me the email to Greg at halfispace at AOL.com. I'll show you that in a minute. And mods, you're free to put that in here. If you want to join my survival tribe, email me at, hang on, I'll show you the address right now. Yeah, that video is still loading or converting. It's not uploaded. SPAC at AOL. October Lima Charlie October Mike. I hope that is somewhat plain. Listen, I saw a C-17 or a C-5 flying into Birmingham today. Well, the C-17s are flying around a lot. When I was on the Arsenal, we had them coming in and out a lot, buzzing right around my building. I got some good pictures of them just flying right around the building I was in, pretty close by. So that was always amazing to have a C-17 zoom right by you almost. And, they're not quite. So you're from Birmingham. Let's see, Dentaspa. Okay, good. Well, I hope you have emailed me. Maybe we're in contact. Your name's not connected in my mind right now. And I know I just heard from Sassafras Red sent me a message on Facebook a little while ago, earlier today. So let's see, what else we got here? I am buying land. Where do you think I should buy, says Sweeps Harriet. You'll have to tell me what state you're in. I say this. You want to buy land that's over 500 feet above sea level. You don't want to be in a city or close to an interstate if you can avoid it. If you can be a tank of gas away from a major city, that's even better. And you don't want to be right on the interstate or too close to an interstate or a major road where people are fleeing out of the city. And you need to have people that you can trust to go with. You need to form a group. It's just your local family. Hopefully you can work through our tribe group. But, you have to vet people, my friends. You've got to vet people. Laura storm surge estimated traveling 30 miles inland. Ooh, that is not good. Will be a tropical storm in Arkansas. Yeah, I bet so. Weather Channel said almost a Cat 5. Wouldn't surprise me. Wow, yeah, that's not good. So, yeah, this could really hit the crops, my friends. It could really do more damage to food security. Time is near. They're saying Hurricane Laura storm surge is going to be 15 to 20 feet. Was a near Cat 5? I would expect so. Ooh, that's bad. Guys, that's 2 to 3 stories, guys. I mean, that's just horrible. That's a huge flood. Hurricane Services saying it will be unsurvivable. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to survive a storm flood coming in like that. I've seen houses and buildings and things destroyed and heavy equipment rolled by storms like that. 90 miles south of Lake Charles. Ooh, it's going to hit Lake Charles. Okay, I've been there. I had a vehicle breakdown. I had to stay there a couple nights while it got serviced. Lake Charles has got a big casino there. I did not go to the casino. I just tried to get my stuff fixed. Let's see. The storm will move up and destroy our harvest season. Yeah, Terry Petty. I kind of alluded to that in my video the other night. I was trying not to be too alarmist. I'm trying not to, I think I might have hinted that some people were saying it might make it to Cat 5, but I didn't want to dwell on it. You can do a ton of bug bag videos because there's a lot of different subjects to cover. Saucy Jules, how you doing? Good to see you. And yes, this is the family. And Debbie says, I was wondering that too. Well, what was you wondering? Am I single? Yes, Sweeps, I am single. So, hey. Hello, ladies. And Debbie is wondering, that's what Debbie's wondering. Okay, Debbie. Sweeps, Debbie, yes, I am single. Very much so. Sassafras Red, love the recent videos. It's comforting to hear you talk and laugh. Daniel, how you doing? Daniel's in the house. Hey, Daniel's running for office in Thousand Oaks. Daniel, say a few notes in here about your run in case anybody's in your community. Maybe they'll vote. Or was that election today? We had municipal elections here today. I don't know what you guys do in California. And Daniel's a great guy. He's been a long time, good, strong supporter. He's trying to talk me into going to politics, as some of you are too. I don't want to be a tick, though, you know? How can you go into politics when you're not a tick? So, how long until these BLM terrorists target the grid? Think they're smart enough to figure that out? No. And it would backfire because they live in cities, so who would suffer the most? It would be them. But then again, that might be just the kind of dumb thing they'd do, right? So, uh, yeah, yeah, they're kids. They're having a tantrum. And that'll be in the video that's coming out with Stacy and I. Look, they are taught certain things. They're given a certain worldview, and a lot of them really earnestly believe what they're doing. And that's too bad. You know, you can't fight hatred with more hatred, and that is also what they're doing. And that will backfire. All you're going to do is fan the flames and make it worse. A civil war is the ugliest thing you could imagine. We don't want that. It seems like it's coming at us galloping, but that is not what we want. Trust me, it would be an awful, awful thing. And, sometimes if you wish something, you just might get it. No, you don't want to wish for that. Trust me. Manny Robinson, I'm bringing some people over. BRB. Okay. All right, Randy. Hit that like button. Thank you for saying that sassafras red. And eyes to see, 7-Elevens. Hey, Greg and all. Hey to you. Let's see, sweeps. I'd rather look for state laws. I'm reading these comments fast. It's kind of slow. You guys are probably posting them faster than I'm reading them. I decide we will be fine, Greg. You know what? That's a big part of it. The power of intention, the power of prayer, the power of meditation are very powerful. We need to use that. We need to reach out to to the people on the other side of the aisle and try to an olive branch, trying to make peace to them. I mean, you can't let them run you over. You can't burn down your home, your businesses. No, it cannot be allowed. People don't understand. They don't understand what people have to do to have those. That literally is your life. They do not understand that, but they need to. Cat 5 sustained winds are 157 miles an hour. Yeah. So let's hope it don't get to Cat 5. But she is a Cat 4. We will see. She's this is a dangerous situation. This hurricane is no joke. Take it serious, my friends. Take it very, very, very serious. Let's see if this article tells me what it is. I'm just looking at the charts on NAA. Don't say enough about. This is posting a lot of pictures. Good grief. Sometimes we're posting stuff and you can't. All-Star baseball game there with my kids, says Brandy. Oh, okay. And not GTG, but I'm catch on the rewind. Okay, Rastafarian. Yeah, catch us on the rewind. You can do that. And Michael, hello, fellow swivel heads. That's it. Keep your head on a swivel and your eyes wide open, especially now. Sassafras says, oh, the time is near. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. The time is near. We just got a super chat and the time is near. Yeah, and maybe I'm slow in catching these. Thank you. That really helps. Appreciate it. We need to collectively slow the storm down. We can do it. There you go. Well, now if it slows down, it might build strength. But people do need time to evacuate. They need to be doing it pronto. Have to brown nose to be a politician. I don't have a problem with that. That would be a better place for all of us to get the truth out. So we do need some good guys in the office who can figure out how to do that. And go. Love one another as you love your God. It shows when you do not love your Creator, light and healing love and peace. Yeah. And love comes from the heart, and it comes from God. I was told lion's mane tastes like crab. I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know. I haven't tried it right now. Said to be very helpful and medicinal in many ways. We need to get the Tesla coil working now for the USA and the world. There you go. Y'all seen my video with Rex from last night where Rex and I were talking about alien invasion? Are we under control from aliens? Rex and I have a lot of fun. It was a LARP session. Don't get too bent out of shape, people. But in case that happens to be the case, I talked about what we could do about it. There's a solution to every problem, and prayer is one of the solutions. Sleep well, sit or size. Okay, so what's somebody else doing, huh? That's that one. And Row D says, hello, y'all. And, am I almost caught up here? No. Yeah, I have. I've almost caught up on the comments here. Raven Kiefer has a, and favor all. Thank you. And Brian Pendy says, I washed my dishes finally. So is I, Jules. Words do matter. Thank you, Brandy. Dissipate the storm. Yes, words do matter. Top Knot, how you doing, Top Knot? Good to see you. Good to see you, Top Knot. Thank you for being here. And Daniel says, sorry, Sasquatch. Sorry he's had a long day, a hard day. Well, some people work. Some people work hard. Sasquatch Red is one of those guys. I have to put them away. Well, there's always something to it, right? And Nicholas Fiacci says, I missed it. What'd you miss? We're still here. Diane, oh, you missed a video with Rex. It's still on his channel. Go check it out. Diane says, I saw you and Rex. Good video. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Diane. Rex and I always have a lot of fun when we do a video. So the time is near. You got any particular question you want to ask? Anything you'd like to bring up? For those that hadn't noticed, the time is near. Give us a super chat here. Thank you, sir. Sweeps says, what's your thought on the city of November the 2nd? The city? What's your thought on the city on November? Oh. Yeah. Well, you can expect October surprises. The deep state certainly does not want the election to go the way that it's probably heading. They want to, they're like a bull in a china shop trying to throw over all the cabinets and make a mess of things. They want to try by any means. I think they would even have a nuclear strike on us if that's what it took. They would not stop at anything to try to stop what they think is going to happen. They know no bounds to what they would do, because there's some of us that don't want the deep state in power. And how much the POTUS can do to change that remains to be seen. But he doesn't seem to be friendly with the deep state from all apparent purposes. And definitely the people that put him in office don't want that. And they know it. So they are trying to wreck this country, because that is their objective. It's called globalism. They want globalism on our necks, and we don't want it. We know better, and that makes them mad. We are stopping them, impeding them from their great big dream of total, complete tyranny. We don't want no part of that. So things could get crazy as we get up to the election, or after the election, up to the inauguration, or even after that. Any chance they think they got, they will stop at nothing. Nothing. However, they might get stopped by something, including people who want no part of it. So, let's see. Sweeps says, I really am not sticking around. Well, if you're in the city, Sweeps, that would be a great idea. If you can get out and do it. And Brandon says, hey, Greg, do you think Musk is chipped, cloned, or controlled? He's changed his view from from beware Allah to plug in Allah. He changed his view from beware Allah to plug in. I'm not sure. You saying he's worshiping Allah? I'm not quite following that. I have met Elon on a couple of occasions. I have had the occasion to ask him some questions, but they had to do with space launch systems and his goals in that regard. Focused individual, and his focus was in getting humanity off Earth. Now, I can understand why he's done a lot of things he's done. Is he chipped? I don't know. Has he been compromised? I don't know. That could happen. I think he is and has been an individual, but could he be taken? I don't know. Well, he could be. We all are subject if we're not careful. Uh, do you have beginners compost and how-to video? Well, I do talk in general about composting with worms and worm castings. I haven't done a video just on composting per se. I could do that in the future, but most of my videos on that area have been focused on worms and what you do with worms. What do you know about galactic wave? We're seeing nova closer and closer in planetary behavior in our system, says Raven Kiefer. Well, that's the thing that you hear about. He talks a lot about changes in the stars. Some are saying now that what we've seen with Betelgeuse is because of the cloud there. So it's really, there may be galactic waves. Well, there is in some fashion. How powerful are they? What are the effects? We know yet. He would suggest if that's what sets the clockwork of a of a nova cycle, not a supernova, flowed to some degree or have a extremely, and he believes that there's other effects that would happen. I can talk about some of those a little bit. We have talked about before on here. I don't believe you get all the effects that he talks about. I can explain that later why I think that way. But is there a galactic wave? There seems to be at least the energy form out there. I think the full effect of it is debatable. But always prepare. That's all I can say. Pray and prepare. It could be the reason that we don't see Dyson spheres out in the universe. It may be that civilizations get wiped out throughout the galaxy, throughout all galaxies on a periodic basis. It's a big reset. It could be. Maybe it's designed that way so we don't get too uppity. It's like the ultimate Tower of Babel dispersion, putting different languages in everybody's head. I don't know. That sounds like a LARP session. I'm using just the cell phone itself. Diane said that would be good. Would love to learn how to make a root cellar. I've got makings of a root cellar. A big hole back there, but I've got a lot of building to do that. Amen. And DP, I always refer to that as deep function. I don't know if that's what he likes, but so deep function 99999. 5 nines. That's like 1 minus. If you had all zeros there, right? A million minus 1. Who would argue with having $1 million minus $1? He wouldn't be a millionaire. Raven Kiefer says, "What do you know about?" Oh, I just read that. Sorry. Hello, Connie. How you doing? Good to see you here. I'm just catching up some messages here. And Brandy says, Brian Purdy time is now a truth apocalypse. We have to decide which site everyone would use that allows freedom of speech. There you go. Well, this is not a freedom of speech platform. It's just a platform of broad outreach. It allows us to at least gather. And I do take some chances with some things I say and doing here. I got to be careful if I'm keep the platform going. But yeah, we will need other platforms down the future for our internal communication. Fully recognize that, and that's something we're going to work on. A back hose, and back would be a good start for a reach. So amen to that. I made a refrigerator reach cellar just to get something going fast. I got a hole. That makes for a good video, right? Elon Musk is transhuman neural link computer brain interface crazed. Yeah, he's heading that way, isn't he? I don't think the neural link is working just yet, but he's definitely advocating that. Of course, he's advocating that as a way to fight AI and singularity, to give us the tools and the power. I know why he does that, in a sense, on one side, but on the other side, that puts you in a hive, don't it? And one of our propositions keep us out of the hive. I got you, trying not to set the algorithm. Gosh, I guess they don't like what I'm talking about. They're trying to knock me out here. It does help to subscribe and bang the bell, but you do need to double check. And Robert says, I'm just burnt out over all this. One thing after another, too much crap. sorry to hear that. That's one in the station still. Yeah, almost all survival. Talking about the agendas. Equal boo hiss, and amen to that. I was thinking if you can't ship worms, you might try go fishing. I wish I had time, Sandy. I'm so busy. It's crazy. Good advice, says Connie. Connie is the consummate fisher person. Now, Connie fishes. Connie, you come down here and show me how to fish. I've done a little bit, but she fishes so much, she could teach the pros on TV how to fish. Bring it home. Agenda 201 is the planned in area. Yep. Yeah, that exercise 201, right? So what else we got here? Plus a lot more. And Bug Out Bubba says, Greg, do you have a video concerning garden size? I touched on it on a video, but I don't think folks took me seriously. Maybe you, with your clout, you could wake people up. Well, Bug Out Bubba, I guess you can check out your channel. I have I have in a sense. I do talk a lot about tenth of an acre garden, and I do that based on the work of the DeVase family, who fed a family of 4 adults until the father died, off of a tenth of an acre, and they actually, in addition to that, make a living off that same tenth of an acre. They grow everything but the grains, and of course, maybe if they're eating meat, they're not growing that. They do keep a few chickens. They probably harvest some eggs from themselves, and some ducks and a goat. I think the goat might be more of a pet. Maybe they get a little milk. Star Trek is cool, says Brian. I was just talking about Star Trek with somebody today. To boldly go where no man has gone before. I used to tease people and tell them I had an outfit called the Confederate Space Command, and our motto was to boldly go where no damn Yankee has gone before. It's just a joke, folks. Don't get bent out of shape. I'm a Southerner, and I like irony. Let's see here. Hello, everyone. This is Chris. Good to be back. Hi, Chris. How you doing? We'll stay at the Skinwalker Ranch. Holy smoke! I have a lady friend who's told me that she went there, and she said it was nuts, and she talks about all kind of weird stuff there. What she says, like off the charts crazy. I have to wonder, is all that real? I don't know, but I've got a lot of friends that know Bob Bigelow, and I actually was hired to go work for him. But they delayed my start date, and I changed my mind. So who knows? Maybe I'd have been staying there. And Blue Bottle Bone Farm says, "Hi, Greg. I'm enjoying the show, and I'm glad you are." So let's see. I'm kind of all over the map. If you haven't listened, check out Blue Bunny's channel. She likes to sing the guitar, and she is a prepper. And her and her husband did a good video on bug out bags. And he's a nice guy. And he comes in here a lot in their chat sessions. Both of them frequent our chat sessions here. And Sweeps Harriet says, I just made a worm bed. They used to freak me out, but now I think I'm really excited about them. Hey, Sweeps, where are you located? You're right down my alley. You're raising worms. And Bug Up Baba says, no, this is Chris saying that, Bobo. You are very correct. Most underestimate the size of the garden. Yeah, that's true. If you're growing on a tenth of an acre, you're really going to be working intensely to get the productivity out of it. And that's what they do. I mean, typically it takes several acres to feed a single person, but that's growing for normal agricultural methods. There are ways to amp that up with raised beds and things like that, but you got to grow intensively and a lot of vertical growing to make that work. And grow things that make many crops per year. So growing cabbage is not going to get you there. So if you want cabbage, you need to have a different plot or expand your acreage. Cabbage, corn, even okra. And I love okra. So Brandy says, at Ravenkeeper, I was taking pics of the moon over a week ago. Mercury was to the right. The planet was on the left, and it wasn't listed on my sky map. I'm in a suburb of Minneapolis, and Brighton and Luton again. I have to move. Get out of there, Sandy. That's nuts. Yeah, the local law enforcement is not going to help you because they're getting defunded. The politicians don't support the people. To me, it's like treason. So yeah, kind of sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too. If you stay there, I would say throw out the bums who are allowing them to do everything. Thoughts on gravity control? Well, it's putting a lot of tension in the space continuum. You know, and you gotta, and if you can play with the frequencies, hey, you might be surprised what you can do. And how do you put tension in space? Well, the strongest force is calm force, and if you're moving electrons, you get a magnetic effect. So, with electricity and magnetism, if you pulse it just right, you can do some interesting things. Sweeps never give up. Amen, sweeps. I agree with you there. Instead, prepper channels never emphasize the matter. Ooh, wait a minute. What do we not emphasize? Let me go back and find Chris's comment. I saw need with a asterisk. All right, here's one. He says, Bucket Buddy, you're very correct. Most underestimated. Oh, okay, the size of the garden. Okay. And they will need to support them. A full year, they don't save enough seed. Correct. You got to save a lot of seed. Got to save a lot of seed. Seed is the key. And Casey says the Neuralink is in myself. Well, God bless you, Casey. You got to be careful. A lot of people will be taking that. He says my Neuralink is the public library. Oh, you're funny. We all got a Neuralink of some sort of. If that's it, we got the internet here. There's Google, 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 Google. I don't need technology to use my mind. There you go. No, you don't. Absolutely not. Randy says the hunt game here. People don't shoot people here. Oh, the hunt game here. Okay. That's good. And Carlene Jackson. Hello, Greg. Well, hello, Carlene. I'm lost. Uh-oh. Well, you're here in our chat, so how can you be lost? Local library is closed for quarantine. Oh, no, that's terrible, yeah. Man, Mobile, Alabama's rough. I don't like to even get gas. Or is it that bad? Oh, well, you need to get out of there too, Brandy. Yeah, I can see it. Mobile's a big city, and it's, yeah, I'm a little bit depressed, I think. So I enjoy the goldenrod video. Well, I'm glad you did, Cindy. I love fishing, and I don't have enough time either. I hear you. Hey, Greg Chin, how you doing? Driving from Austin to Houston. Well, you're heading right to the storm, Greg. Turn around. What are you doing? Well, I hope you at least go to North Houston. Don't be careful, Greg. That's nuts. Tonight, yeah, that's G Chin. That's Greg. Another Greg. Blue Bottle Bell Farm says tonight I'm working on making blue bottle wind chimes. Well, they might be singing with all the wind we might be getting in a day or two. Church is closed. Most places also. That's not good. Hello, Greg and Chat. Chat GTSY says Susu. How you doing, Susu? Yeah, let's see. Salzai says, Greg Chin, why are you driving to Houston? Thank you, Salzai, Jules. That's what I want to know. All right, so what do we got here? Aha. So Blue Bottle Bundle Farm. You might sell some chimes. I can see Connie with some of those. Sandy, yes, fish. I just don't hunt. There you go. I'll eat deer. I just don't want to shoot one. Okay, Brandy. And Chris says I'm part of Pennsylvania. I'm part of PA. I'm part of PA. Everything is open. Oh, in my part. Pardon me, I can't read. Not I'm part. It's in my part. The N. I'm mistook for an I. No, the N I'm mistook for an M. Okay. It says, okay. Electromagnetism, says Casey. Hey, you're right there. Bill, I live in Houston. I'm not worried, says Greg Chin. You live in Houston now? Okay. Blue Bottle Bundle Farm. I have a blue bottle tree and love it, says Sandy. Yeah. Well, you know, with a name like Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, you expect a few blue bottles around. And bunnies. And yeah, she's got both. And Rob Grimes says, hey, Greg, thanks for the video on the grid and here in the Carolinas. Hey, guys, that's a great video because, look, how many channels on here are telling you how to get the grid hardened? That's what I did with that. And it's by the one guy who's been instrumental more than anybody in the country to getting a region to harden their grid, the Carolinas. And that is Ambassador Hank Cooper. he has been instrumental in making that happen. And he tells you how to do it. He's told us how to do it, and he did it. And he did it when he first conceived this. And he was telling us from the get-go. He said, this is what you need to do. And he did it. And he was talking that when he came to my Power Grid Defense Conference. And he's making it happen. So, guys, he's on the money there. He's ahead of everybody else. And that was one of my poorest performing videos. I mean, I had an ambassador, the guy who is head of the Strategic Defense Initiative, the SDIO office. I mean, check this out. I used to work SDI. Here's my calendar from when I was working back in 1988. Yeah, we used to call it, you know, the critics call it Ronnie Reagan, my president. Oh, apparently I was just off. Sorry about that. Did y'all see the you might not even saw it. I went offline there, it looks like. Let me try this again. SDI. Ambassador Hank Cooper was in charge there. You know, you get a lot of shows on your channels talking about, oh, I know somebody in the Pentagon. I heard somebody in the Pentagon said this. I heard somebody at that agency said that. God, I'm buffering. Boy, don't want me to tell you guys this stuff. I put a video producer on my channel. I mean, guys, how many channels bring you these kind of guys? And my videos are getting nothing. Yeah, some guy walking on the sidewalk says, hey, guys, you're going to have a food shortage. You got it prepped. And he got, within 2 hours, 18,000 views. It's like, really? And his channel was smaller than mine. Smaller, like 25% smaller. That's good for him. I'm glad he got those views. See, the algos just ain't liking me. So, guys, share my videos. Share them widely. I need you guys to help break us out of algo jail. But my video I'm going to post tomorrow is probably going to put me in deeper. I'll be lucky if I get 1 view for anything. The only views I'm going to get are probably the ones that you guys, when you come into my channel and just look, say, did I miss anything? Oh, wow, he did all this stuff. Yeah, I'll be lucky if I don't. Yeah, they're not going to like what I cover tomorrow. So, check it out. Eating green tomatoes from the garden. Hey, that's great news. Gardens need to be about calories and feeding your animals. A vegan lifestyle will not keep us alive. Well, you're right about that. You know, that's why I'm planting sweet potatoes. And that's why in some of my videos of wild edibles, I'll start talking about carbs. And I'm going to talk about acorns this fall, if we still have a fall. If there's still an internet this fall, if I'm so on it. I did talk about the inner bark of trees in a recent video, and like maple trees, and there's a lot of carbs in that. Oh, Brandon, this is Greg. Did you see inside Beehive I sent you? Oh, Brandon, when did you send that? Let me go back here. I have missed a few things. Great chances I live in Houston. I'm not worried. I have a blue bottle tree and love it. That's what I miss here. And Brian says, I like Star Trek movies. The remakes are tolerable. Even good. Okay. Hey, nothing like the old Spock, right? How I'm late getting supplies. Long day at work. My dogs are barking. Uh-oh, Stephanie. Yeah, I think I made a video today on also buying long-term storage stuff like from a big box store. I was at Sam's. I'm not sure that video recorded properly because it like stopped on me. I don't know how far I got in talking. You know, I was using this phone. I must have just touched a button or something on the side accidentally, and the video stops. I don't know how that's going to come out. I have to look at it. We have to add a little part of it and add some to it, which means it's got to be edited. Which means it's going to take me more time to get it up. Also, I've got another video producer that I thought I was on tap to do a video with tomorrow, but I've not heard from him. For a different video, one of which I'm in. A Dark Skies video. It's on the MP. So there's 2 producers that are really active right now, trying to get these things out. Casey says, passed on and returned to things have been different since I kind of inadvertently started a spiritual movement. Passed on. Okay. So, yeah, well, they don't like us to be spiritual, I don't think. They just want us to subscribe to whatever they dish out. They don't like it when we think for ourselves or pray to something other than them. Carbs need about calories, being out read that. It's eating green tomatoes. I read that. Greg did a good video in seeds and bit back a small sack and little know-how helps you move. Anyway, get to the show. Okay, Chris. So yeah, check out my seeds survival video I did about the Cherokee. Definitely check that out. I need to do some seed saving videos in the future. And Terry says, I've appreciated your trees and plants, food and meds, and toilet paper. I have covered it. I have now done videos to cover wild foraging toilet paper. Who else has ever done that on these channels? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, what was the toilet paper peppers we all laughed at? You know, guys, come on. I really did a video today showing you how to get toilet paper from foraging. Wow, grown toilet paper and medicinals. I've covered so much on medicinals and food. And my gosh, if you can eat the trees and all these things I'm showing you, and hey, and if you live anywhere where kudzu's growing, and kudzu roots should be pretty rich in carbs too. Uh, so come on, yeah, I do show a lot of content in here. You know, cover a lot of topics. And the homicide says something else no one talks about is the fact you have to change your eating habits along with putting things up such as canning and freezing. Oh yeah, you definitely gonna have to change your eating habits. And you need to eat less because you need to stretch it out. You need to ration. So even though I talk about, hey, if you go to prepwithgreg.com, you can get the $100 off a 4-week food supply, 2,000 calories per day. But you probably don't really want to eat 2,000 calories a day. You want to stretch it out as much as you can. Yeah. Never tried green tomatoes. Didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, fried green tomatoes are awesome. They are delightful. Fried green tomatoes. Of course, the best with cornbread. That's a southern thing, It's kind of like fried squash, fried okra, fried catfish, hush puppies. Hush puppies are nothing but fried cornbread, really. And little balls with maybe a few little things sewn in. And Ginger says, what? I suppose you're asking what. At Greg, I'm across the bay toward Florida. My town is safe. I drive through Mobile. Good for you, Brandy. I'm glad to know that. Yes, fried green tomatoes. Fried green naters. There's actually a movie called Fried Green Tomatoes. And James is having a good laugh here, I think. So, not to mention a lot of the false information, how fast you'll starve to death in a lot of wannabe prepper survivalist videos. Yeah, you can really survive. They say 30 days. I've heard of people survive in over 40 days without food, and you may not be looking pretty. You can survive without food. Water is a wholly different thing. They say you can survive 3 days without water. That's questionable, because if you're sweating and you're in a real hot place, yeah, you ain't gonna make it 3 days. There's times you're gonna need more water. It really depends. The situation, temperature, and humidity dependent what you can survive and not survive. So with water, you got to have water. Water is really critical. Everybody focuses on food. That's because people do get hungry. A lot of people will be drinking nasty water and getting sick. I did a video, one of my first survival videos before I started talking about all the wild edibles. I thought it was important to cover the number one topic, not food. So just remember, you're good for 3 minutes without air. That's stretching it. 3 days without water, which is stretching it. And, 30 days, they say, without food. And you can go along without food. You might be hard pressed on 3 minutes without air, although I have done that. Not intentionally. I almost drowned. Really came on a split second of drowning and not being here at all when I was like 16 or 17. My best friend, Stephen Henson, saved my life in the nick of time. I mean, just barely femtosecond nick of time. The guy who had my back in the well house fighting a wasp, if you saw that story. If you've not, let me know. So Brandy Robinson says, fried green tomatoes are good. Yeah. And hey, I did a video on tomato sandwiches. Did anybody miss that? I need to try a fried green tomato sandwich with bacon. Well, you eat fried green tomatoes like you eat fried squash, just on the side. That might be art in a sandwich. I hadn't tried that. I have to try your sandwich, Chris. Now, guys, I've done a tomato sandwich video, eating raw tomatoes, big slab. It's wonderful. You need to try it. Blue Ball of Bones, contact me through my channel. There you go. Get you fixed up. There you go. Now, see, I like it. That's what this is about. And we got you guys making transactions with each other. That's awesome. That is awesome. Two awesome ladies, too. North Alabama hiking. Hey, North Alabama hiking. I've been watching your channel for a few weeks now. Really have learned a lot. I've been able to get others to think about what if the grocery store doesn't have food one day. Well, I'm going to tell you, North Alabama hiking, that could easily happen. And yeah, people need to be thinking it. So if you're in North Alabama hiking, you're not too far from me. I don't know exactly where you're at, but you're pretty close. So I'm in North Alabama. You got to be within 2 hours. All right, Blue Ball of Bone, thanks, I'll do that. Okay, cool. Hurricane Laura has gusts of 185 miles an hour. Wow. That will knock you flat. I can promise you that. That will knock you flat or blow you away. I can tell you about winds one day here soon. I promise I'll watch your video tomorrow. So thank you. Wow, now have to try frying a green tomato sandwich. Yeah, make sure if you're doing fried green tomatoes that you get really green ones. If you're starting to ripe, they won't be as good. They just don't work the same. You need a really green tomato. You want, fair size, but you want really green. If they just start to ripe, it won't be good. You want a green tomato. But you eat them, and like a side dish is a dish. I haven't made them in a sandwich. I just like them fried up. You put them in a pile and just eat them with a fork. Brandy Wright like eating fried squash or fried okra. Those are southern things too. Greg, grab a cat. Title your videos, Green Cat Planning. Guys, the cat videos do crazy in terms of observers. Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, you could probably do a lot bigger channel if you played up your rabbits a little more. Has anybody seen the video that where the rabbit wakes to the sound of a banana? I got, like 11 million views. Or a rabbit is told he's been adopted, getting 28 million views. It's like, really? Wow, crazy stuff. So if you make silly, so if you just do regular homestead videos, you're not going to get tons of views. But if you do silly junk that's totally meaningless, the algorithms will love you, and you will be a rich person. If you do a prepping channel like I'm doing here, nah, you work yourself to death on get content out, and it just goes. So those people say, okay, you're trying to make money, got too many commercials, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. If I was really out to make money, I'd get my rabbits or my cat, and I'd probably be a rich guy. But yeah, Brad, it's not a bad idea. Grab a cat. Title your videos, Green Cat Planning. Well, I have to dye a cat green. Now, that might be funny. Of course, PETA might come after me then. But it's green. Isn't green correct? Yeah. Anything with cats should get you a saucer full of views. Amen. Lap it up like milk, right? Today's inside beehive, you put a plexiglass front in front and a funnel out a window. I have seen, I thought one time about doing a plexiglass bird nest next to my window and putting a camera on it, having a webcam of that, and then maybe just selling bird houses. I thought that years ago. I got a big picture window that I used to put a bird feed up, and birds would visit the heck out of it. Cornmeal batter, but squirrels are bad to tackle. Chris, you're making me hungry. Bug Out Bubba says, well, I've learned all there is to know about green tomatoes. Good night, y'all. Well, Chris, I hope we didn't run you out talking green tomatoes. You're a first at Greg, LOL. All right, good foods bring us all together. There you go. State Highway 87 is impassable. The Bolivar Peninsula. John Boy, Dr. Malta says, I'm late. Let Dems ads run so they pay up. Woman used to live in Arkansas. Okay, another 40. Well, Casey, you've been around then. Wyoming, that's a great place. Except Gillette. I spent a night in Gillette one time. That was the dustiest town I ever saw. Lots of kudzu near me, isn't that high in protein? Well, it does have a bean of sort. I don't know if anybody actually eats the bean, but I believe it is edible. If you look at the leaves, it's related to the bean plant. It's a bean relative. Uh, yeah, that's why it's got 3 leaves. So I did a video on kudzu. Check it out. And I called it the #1 wild edible just because it's so prolific, at least in the areas where it's at. Rob says, Greg, have you ever thought about selling any of your turmeric plants by mail? How in the world do you ship a plant? I'm having problems shipping worms. I think the post office, plants are fragile. I think they get torn to pieces. I have shipped the root, but I didn't do it last year because I didn't get as many as I wanted. Because my hired help that harvested actually didn't harvest well. That's what I found out later. Yeah. And so I got kind of shorted on that. So I have replanted. I've got turmeric growing now. I need to go out and feed it. Connie, can't believe war grew in intensity so fast. Sometimes that happens. I have seen it happen. That's so Chris, you're killing me. I did 3 months with no food at all. 3 months? Worked 10 to 12 hours a day on top of it. Homestyle. You lived 3 months with no food at all and worked 10 to 12 hours a day? Wow. Yeah, that was chat. Another video. Wow. I wonder how you did that. So, what did you drink, Homestyle? Borderline Away says, hey, I'm thankful for you. Great video on goldenrod. Well, thank you. I'm going to have to get some coffee here. I'm going to go outside shortly and do a chat from outside. Because I was doing a Galactic Greg video last night. It took me longer than I wanted it to. I was actually up to 5:30 this morning. Then I had to get up early and I had to go to the doctor's office. I did take a little bit of sick leave this morning. Wow. That coffee's hot in that decanter there. Let's see here. If power or vehicle is out, you need to exert more energy. Water will matter more. There you go. Brian, no need to humble yourself. They don't care. Okay, I don't know why you're humbling over, but. And Dennis, learning to grow a small garden, investing in chickens and rabbits and a pond full of fish and deer in the field. That's good. Them deer in the field will have other people shoot down them too, so just be careful. Chris says, my neighbor's been stopping by past 6 hours. They're waiting too, LOL. At least I know my neighbors won't eat me because I can make good stuff. I have value in your community. That kind of assures that you might stay around. Doesn't mean they won't eat what you got though. Oh, Sweeps, you're in Arizona. Okay, we're in Arizona. Now I've got a group in Arizona that I'm connected to and part of. I just hadn't been out there enough. But I am actually part of a tribe, an Arizona tribe, and I've got some worms out there and trying to set a worm farm up in Arizona. I've not been working as much as I need to because I got severe cases of too many irons and nephritis. But Arizona is part of my system, at least to some degree. I got to work on ramping that up. That's what I'm trying to say. So Sweeps, tell me what part of Arizona you're in, or are you interested in? You just said you had worms. Would you be interested in doing some worm farming out there, tying in, connecting up with me? We'll have to talk. A fried green tomato every day. Wow. Then I'll get a chance to get red. Yeah, they're so good. I don't blame you. Kudzu is good for you. Greg, how do you prepare kudzu, says Brandy. Well, the leaves of the kudzu, you can eat the shoots as long as they're tender. You can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers, you can eat the beans. The kudzu, if you can find the beans. The leaves you can eat raw. You can make tea out of them. You can dry them and make a tea out of them. You can cook them like spinach. But, they're basically a bean leaf is what they are. It's a bean plant. But the leaves are very edible. I have ate them. They're nutritious. They're not high in oxalic acid like a lot of your wild herbs and greens. They grow plentiful most of the year, and you can eat the roots. And if the roots have a woody center, just skin off the uh, cambium layer of the roots. I think the roots are fairly starchy, so you should be able to eat most of it. Kudzu was good for us. Let's see, I'll be in Springfield tomorrow. I don't know what kudzu is. Kudzu is a vine that came over from China and Japan. That it was planted on roadsides to control the erosion. It's about takes over. Connie, you wouldn't know kudzu if you tripped over it. Well, I tell you what, if you ran across it, you just might trip over it. It's a vine. And it takes over. It just grows everywhere. I did a video on it. It's the number one wild called Eat the Weed That's Eating America, because it is growing like crazy. Yes. Well, yeah, it don't grow in Colorado. It is found in Michigan in a spot or two. So it's actually found some mass. That's what kudzu does. It spreads. What's up with the coughing? I don't know. I've been coughing for months. And my doctors have looked at me because of it, and they've x-rayed my lungs, they've given me stuff and looked at me, and they can't find any reason for it. Maybe it's just allergy or dust or something. Let's see, I think many weeds we think of as being pain are actually quite good for him, and they are. If PETA comes, you'll get more views. So, does that eat a pita, protect the environment, eat a pita, right? In other words, the pita bread. In words, just ate some Carolina Reaper. Ooh, didn't phase you. Well, you're probably tough. I'm growing some. I haven't tried it yet. It said to be like deadly hot. I've heard people cooking kudzu like salad, poke salad. There you go, with eggs. There you go. That sounds good. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Hundreds looting in Minneapolis tonight. Oh, so it's going back to Minneapolis too? Jeez. Minneapolis just don't quit. Minneapolis, now Kenosha, we got Portland and Seattle. Jeez. But all Democrat-run cities, folks, they're showing us their true colors. Yeah. And that's too sad. Hey, look, I got to get, I just did a video with Democrat, He's a friend. James Mitchell. Check it out. Let's see here. Hey, Scratch, how you doing? Good to see you here. When we kids were sent out to do weeding, we'd eat the kudzu. There you go. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's like dandelions. Yeah, you can eat that stuff. Supposedly you can eat everything about a kudzu is edible except the woody stems. But from 240 pounds to 150 pounds to boot. Well, Homestead, if you didn't eat for 3 months, okay, you were consuming yourself. Biggest thing you got to worry about on a crazy diet is loss of muscle tissue in your heart. So I would say that's why you need to eat some protein. If you live in a warm climate, grow moringa trees. I keep hearing about that. Maybe I need to do that. Let's see here. Daryl Bolt says must have been ESP. Yeah, I get it. I don't watch ESPN. Wordplay. Hello, I like ESP, says Scratch. Let's see. Sweeps says, let me know if I can help with your worm farm. All right, Sweeps. Tell you what, Sweeps. Email me at the address I put up earlier. Hal5space at AOL.com. And just say Worms, Arizona in the subject. I don't know. See, the place I'm talking about, are you close to Snowflake? Let me ask you that question. Greg did a good job on the video making clean water. Well, thank you. I haven't seen it yet to know it's a good spot. So, yeah, it'll save you guys. Check out. I do have the video on purifying water. And I should talk about several different, I talk about how to make your own filter, and I talk about several other filters in the course of that video. And it didn't get a whole ton of views. I've seen a video just taught one thing that got like 1 million views. And I keep seeing that kind of stuff out on YouTube. The guy identifies one type of lettuce and he misidentifies it and tells you one way to use it and got 1 million views. I covered 3 varieties and talked about 5 ways to use them and get a couple thousand views. Hey, Rex is in the house. Is Greg alive or alive? I'm a robot Rex. Legend. The Rex Bear is in the house. How about that? Connie says, yo, Rex. So, how's it leaking, Rex? Says Daniel. Well, I think the whole idea is to leak some truth out. Scratch says, hey, GG, thank you. You deleted Kermit from What? Why do you keep saying I deleted Kermit? From Face Achy. Face Achy. What are you talking about here, Rick? Scratch, you kind of alluded that the other day. I don't quite follow what you're saying there. You need to kind of spell that out. I'm not quite following you there. So, Rex, how's it going, man? What's up? What's up with you tonight? And let's see. So, hey, Stacy. Now, Stacy is in the house. She says, hello. Yeah, I just got through doing a video with Stacy just before I started this video. Didn't have time to post it. So, y'all want to stay tuned tomorrow that we get that video up. It's a couple of hours long, a very long, intense talk. We're talking about very, very, very touchy subject. We're trying to do it with a lot of heart. I'm just not sure you can touch on some of these subjects with enough heart without them beating you up. And doing a podcast right now. Wow. I see, Rex. You're quite a capable guy doing podcasts and chatting with us. And I guess you're probably about to go. Hero doses of C62. Yeah, that would probably help a lot. Great show. Green Greg says sweeps. So she liked our show, Rex. Yeah, everybody need to check out our show, Rex. Now we cover all the whole universe and everything going on in it and how we're being controlled and what to do about that too. Excuse me, guys. I'm putting my shoes back on. I had them on. I slipped them off. So we'll go back outside in a little bit. We'll listen to the katydids and crickets for a little bit. I think it's all crickets out there tonight. So let's see. We've been solving the world's problems. That's right. And another thing we've done, Stacy and I both are part of this Freedom Restoration Foundation. You email that Hal 5 address and put freedom in the subject line. And we'll respond to you. So, I did the videos on the wild edible eating trees. I've done the videos on wild toilet paper. Hey, Rex, I just did a video on wild toilet paper. We rocked the show the other day. Yeah, we did. We had a lot of fun. Man, we covered some ground, didn't we, Rex? Talk soon. Have a great night. Well, Rex, you have a great night and good luck with your next podcast. Let's see. We like Braveheart. We need freedom. Exactly, Brandy. Braveheart. Exactly. So, let me see. Here. We're going to go outside. Listen to some crickets. How long have we been running on this session? 1 hour and 13 minutes. You know? How it's fun when you have them flies. So one spider to another. That's my joke. One of my jokes. Freedom Restoration Foundation. Yes, Eric. We have a group, a national group now, called the Freedom Restoration Foundation. And we got a guy in Washington State. We got a representative in Arizona. We've got Stacy from Wisconsin. We got Paul Trail from New York. We got several people here in Alabama involved in this. So we are nationwide. And we got a lot of people saying they want to join. So this is going to be a big movement. And we're going to push for our individual liberties and rights. I'm stepping on something down here. Yeah, it's these people that work for me throw stuff everywhere. Sometimes I get embarrassed when I do my videos. I look around and it's like trash strewn around. These workers, they don't care. And occasionally I get people work for me and they just throw stuff. I've walked around with garbage bags and filled up 6 of them and like no time flat. And then you come back to the same thing. It's like, okay, I only had a couple people work for me for about 3 or 4 days. How do they throw so much garbage around? I'm serious in need of doing that again. I just don't have time. Carmen Jackson says, "Not all. Take care and God bless." Well, thank you. Peeper time. Frogs. I like to bring up hurt. Me too. Well, tonight we got crickets. I think there's still, there's a few katydids up in the trees, but it's crickets and katydids. Frogs are being kind of quiet tonight. There it says freedom. So Rex, if you're still here, thank you for coming. Daryl Boat says, I got lost in the woods in Huntsville when I was a kid. All right, yeah, that can happen. You know, one time somebody asked Daniel Boone if he'd ever been lost. He said, nope. He said, but I was once a might bewildered for 3 days. That's a good reply, right? So, phone company wants money I don't have. Uh-oh. Night, everyone. Excellent day to see you tomorrow. Well, good night, Sonia. Sonia's up in Missoula, Montana. Eric says, sounds awesome. I'd be interested in meeting and supporting like-minded. That's what we're doing, Eric. So send me an email. Put freedom in the subject line. Send it to hal5space@aol.com. Maybe one of you moderators might type that in, if you don't mind. And yeah. Sustainable says the night sounds are challenging with season down here. Yeah. Well, you're going to be heading to cold weather a lot sooner than we are. We're still going to be warm for a while. Crickets are still active. The frogs are quiet tonight. If it rains good, they might start chirping again. We got a little rain yesterday and just a little today, but not much. Just a shower. Yesterday we got 4.5 of an inch, which is actually 9/20 of an inch, if I round it up a little bit. Kyle says, have a great night. Thank you, Sulzai. She put hal5space@aol.com. So email me at that and put freedom in the subject line if you want to join the Freedom Restoration Foundation and help us out. If you're interested in survival tribes, put tribes in. And the sweeps, for you, put in the sweeps, Harriet. Put AZ, worms. So I know it's you. Yes, the Freedom Restoration Foundation is the future. Thank you, sweeps. Absolutely. We need rain so bad. So Colorado getting dry, eh? So, yeah. I didn't get enough coffee. My coffee in there is like, it's in a thermos thing. That stuff is too hot to drink. I should have poured it in my cup. I'm going to try some ice fishing for the first time in my life this winter. Wow, sounds cool. I watch people ice fish, but I haven't done it myself. I have seen people ice fishing in the month of May, standing on a lake in Alaska, over where Twin Lakes is, just north of Delta Junction, Alaska. That's where I got stranded out in the wilderness. I got left and had to hike 20 miles out of the wilderness one day. That was an interesting little episode of my life. Yeah, I hope the military is only coming for the PDOs. Yeah, let's hope so. Okay, sweeps, sent me an email. Good, thank you. Now, I'm not checking it tomorrow because I'm chatting to you guys, but I'll look at it tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Anyway, we spent all winter ice fishing. Now, so you can do that. I bet it's fun. Bewildered yourself. Talking about Daniel Boone. I was once bewildered 3 days, he said, when asked if he'd ever been lost. Yeah. Ice fish in northeast of Oregon, I bet. Up for the cold weather sometimes. Yeah. All right, so Hurricane Laura is flirting with Cat 5. She's alive. And if you want to be alive, you're going to run. Get out of her way. Don't be where she hits. At least not with the storm surge is expecting. Now, somebody said the storm surge is expecting to run 30 miles inland. Wow, it's crazy. We may get some rain. Yeah, look, if this storm is that strong, it is more likely to cause crop damage, just as we're in the harvest season, all up through western Louisiana, eastern Texas. There's a lot of crops grown in that area, and up into Arkansas, and maybe beyond. Just have to see how this plays out. Scratch, I don't do cold, and it slows my breathing too much. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? It all just depends on your body, how you're made. Actually, cold. I acclimated to Alaska like a fish to water and nearly died when I came back home to Alabama. I got heat exhaustion riding in a pickup truck through the town I was born in with the windows rolled down. If I get a dump truck load of fresh sawdust, how long would I need to let it sit before using the worm beds? Good question, Donald. If it's pine, about 10 years. If it's hardwood, in a few months maybe. At least, not over a year. The worms will break it down too. They'll help. But if it's like green, it may be too much for them. But they'll get to it eventually. Yes, I serve people, but heal in nature. Says Daryl. Yeah, guys, I had good sleep last night. It's catching up to me. If I start shivering, I'm in big trouble. Oh, that's not good. No fish in your lake. Just listen for a little bit of the flies. I'm going to go back in and try to gulp some of this coffee in some fashion. Should have brought it out right. Bet you love the sounds of night. So, who else? What other YouTuber brings you this? Stops to show you a butterfly or a squirrel running through the forest. And I do that. I love nature. Gives you a chance to relax. Right? I grew up spending lots of my time in the woods. It's my favorite place to be when I was growing up. Get home from school, head out to the woods. Camp out. I camped out a lot when I was a kid. A lot of times just under the stars. I just pick me a place, put all that my ground cloth and a sleeping bag, and build me a fire. And I like the winter camping the best because I love to get up next first thing in the morning and make a pot of coffee off the hot embers of the night before, and then fry some eggs and bacon, or bacon first so you get the grease. God, I love that. Throw some pepper, some wood ash guy in it. Well, that's even all more spice. See, only one gray, and a bunch of green hearts. Appreciate it. The moon is beautiful tonight. Yeah, I have to look around. I don't see it right now. It must have set already. Must be a new moon. In the time it is. I once trained with British troops. They all sounded like Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne even understand himself now. And Stacy says, "Good night. God bless. Sleep time." Good night, Stacy. Thank you for joining in. And I'll put our video up tomorrow. I just got to figure out if I'm going to do it in the morning or afternoon. So that's the key thing. Yeah, I get coffee here a bit. Yeah. Get rough on me here. We may have to cut this off in a little bit. I got a zillion other things I got to do too. Been going an hour and 23 minutes. I need to check what time it is. I slept in from April to June this year. Well, good for you. Wow. It's pretty amazing. Absolute paradise. I don't know. I love the accent. Brits have a nice accent. Hey, Scratches Brit. Not too bad. You can't get the accent through the texting, right? So I'm dusk here in Washington. All right. Nice evening. Soulseye says, I'm in Nampa, Idaho. Oh, excuse me, that's my daughter's. 3 military jets just flew over, low and fast, really loud. Somebody was telling me they were seeing near Birmingham C-17 or C-5. Just chatted that here in this chat session earlier. I'll talk about military jets. Interesting. I love the bummy accent too. You know, what I like about going to British Columbia was all the people that spoke in that Cockney accent. You know, yep, I daddle, I. So if you use the F and I, that's what they usually say. F1A daddle, you know, that F stood for something. I'm not going to repeat here. That's beyond the language of this channel. Yeah, need to camp out more. If I'm more time. Bobby Oliver, any tree bigger than a 2-inch diameter trunk, you must first get permit to cut it down. Wow, interesting. You don't own yourself in California, do you? I'm near Hill Air Force Base, Stephanie. Well, something might be brewing. Something might be brewing. Cockney is north of South or South London. I can't remember. Well, Scratch, you know, you would know better than anybody around here at least. I always kind of got a kick out of the Cockney accent. That's its own variety, you know. Yeah, different Londoners have different Brits have different accents. Not Londoners. What's wrong with me? Because I have no idea what they were. Triangle shape with a noise and tail that made sense. That's stealth fighters. Hurricane, eh? Wow, you know what? I'm going to go and get some more coffee. I'm running on thin gas, guys. 50 in the room. F-35 maybe. Well, F-35 is, it's a broad body, more so than all the other jets. It's a fighter jet that can take off vertically, land vertically, and fly horizontally. But I don't know if they do that too much. So we know that. Got that big fan. They had a lot of problems building that thing integrated, and a lot of people. 10:27. Guys, we probably cut this in short tonight because I haven't had anything to eat today hardly at all. It's been a busy day for me, and it's late beating supper, but I need to eat something. And I got a little work to finish up tonight for my day job. So I still got some things to do. Because I was sick this morning. And not sick. I took sick leave. I wasn't sick. I went and got my ear operated on. I had them, basically they put a tube in it. So what they do is they go in and cut a slice into your ear, slice your eardrum open while you're awake, and you feel it here, and they cut it up with a little scalpel. And they're not holding your head. You got to sit there and hold your head still while they got a knife cutting in your eardrum, which is no fun. And they stick a suction tube in to suck out the fluid that's in the stationary tube because the bottom stop it, and it sounds like a hurricane in your head. Sounds horrible. And then they stick a tube in your ear, which is no fun. That's probably even less fun than any of the other stuff. Whew, that's interesting. You're getting tired. So Big Bus says, you're getting tired. Go night-night, Greg. I still got a few things to do before I can go night-night. And I am getting tired, so I got to ask him. It says, ouch. That was ouch. And I've had to have that done too many times. Yeesh. I'm practically deaf on my left ear until I get that done. I can hear for a couple weeks. The tube falls out. It just don't last me any time. And I'll be deaf again, and eventually I go back and I'll get another hole in my head and can hear 2 weeks again. All right, guys. Do we have any prayer requests? Oh, by the way, my brother and his sister, my brother and my sister-in-law, his wife, are doing better. Let's all pray for Granny. Granny said that she was going to have to go through chemo. We all need to pray for Granny. We hadn't heard from her. So, any other prayer request? I'm convinced I say Stealth Fighter in 1980. Me and my buddy sleeping outside. So yeah, you likely. Now they were classified at first. until the Gulf War. 1980 might have been a little early though. I was at Fort Bragg. I hadn't even gone to Fort Greeley, Alaska yet. I was at Fort Bragg, Alaska. I was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina in 1980. That's where I spent that year. Just need a cup of coffee. That's right. No, I got it in this big carafe here. But this stuff is still piping hot. I need to pour it in my mug to cool off enough where I can drink it. Piping hot. Oh, I definitely will get into that. All right, let's do a quick prayer session here. Pray for our country, says Sweeps. Good idea. Let's pray for our country. Holy smoke, we're in such a crazy time right now. 20 UFOs about a month ago, all at one time. Wow. Interesting. This is there my video with Rex Bear from last night. It was early, but the only other explanation, says Eric. Interesting. Interesting. Prayer request for my little daughter, been sick for a few days, says Susie. Okay. Prayer request for Susie's little daughter, Granny, in the country. Anything else? Wow. So chemo saved your life. Lots of seaweed. All right. PPFX. All right, guys, let's do a quick prayer. Jesus never asked why to pray. He just said pray. There you go. All right, guys, let's do a quick prayer session. Everybody, before you go to bed tonight, there's an individual I need to make some measure of peace with. Let's send a prayer for that, please. An individual who's kind of out of shape, has nose out of joint with me or something, and we need to make some peace here. Eat oranges, garlic, take zinc, magnesium. There you go. June 1. All right, all right. Pray for stamina and fortitude. Amen. Guys, I'm going to say let's call it a night. We need their help now, I reckon. There you go. Let's call it a night. I got lots to do. It's 10:33 here. Holy smoke, I'm running on fumes, guys. So everyone, thank y'all for watching. Bang the thumbs up, and please check out my videos, all the others that we've been talking about, and I wish everyone a great and wonderful night. Goodbye.